Alright, this is not a formal video, but I want to keep track of how we did this. So Aiden and I, just as a quick overview, got this Northern Brewer beer making kit, and we actually bought the Caribou Slober version of it. Not backwards. Anyway, to start us out, we have our, what is this thing called? It's normally like
some vat. It's
carboy type vat.
Yeah.
So you actually have to sterilize that, which we're doing right now, and then we fill another pot full of water.
That would be actually called the bubbler.
1 gallon, and we take. Well, that's the rinsing solution that goes in the 1 gallon bubbler, and then we have brown ale, which is like a tea bag of different grains and things, and the grains go in here in a cloth bag that steeps like a tea for 20 minutes.
That's like soup now.
Yeah. And in 1 minute we will have meat reached our 20-minute mark, and we'll pull that bag out, strain it out, and then we'll bring that mixture to a boil. This is what the tea bag of grains looks like. We drain that into there. Now Aiden just turned it up, and we're going to bring this to a boil.
Sludge.
All right, so according to the instructions, once we bring that gallon of liquid to a boil, we're going to stir in gold malt extract syrup. All right, this is getting close to a boil. Once it starts boiling, we'll pour it in, mix it up. We're now bubbling, so Aiden's gonna add the malt extract. Actually, we need to turn the temperature down. Pour it all. And once this is fully dissolved into the mix, we have what is called wort, W-O-R-T, which is essentially beer that's not yet been fermented. Yay.
That's not all of it.
Now we're to a point where it's boiling again, and we have to keep our eye on the foam. And want to keep a regular rolling boil without the foam building up too much. So we regulate the temperature over 45 minutes. So while we're waiting for the boiling pot of wort, we are sterilizing everything that we're going to be touching before we transfer to carboy. So we have 2 packets of 3.5 grams of Willamette
Going in?
premium hops, and the hops are going in right now. And that's where we watch for the foaming.
Makes me nervous.
Yeah. And then we'll do that again when there's 15 minutes remaining, in about 15 minutes. Ooh, those pellets really broke up. Alright, we've been boiling this thing for 30 minutes. There's 15 minutes left. Aiden's gonna add the second pack of Willamette hops. Love it. Hardly seems like we're making something to drink.
It looks vile. I'm gonna be honest. Looks and smells pretty vile.
It has been 45 minutes. We have our wort fully cooked, I suppose. Now we have to put it in a sink full of cold water and ice.
Up to the level of the liquid, so.
Yeah, just set it in there, should be fine. And let that cool for 30 minutes. pouring our wort into the bubbler.
Solids.
And Aiden's going to leave as many solids as possible behind in the pot.
Slowly then.
But if we get a few, it's no big deal. It looks like we're going to end up with a dark roast, if that's any true indication.
Alright.
Dark roast, like it's a coffee. And the dogs are helping. We're gonna fill this to the 1 gallon mark with some cool drinking water, according to the instructions. Almost hate to do it.
Right? Seems like pure stuff over here. Is this supposed to be foamy in here?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. And there we go, 1 gallon. From here, Aiden's gonna add the yeast packet to the surface of the wort.
Okay.
And it's just gonna sit on top. This is what's gonna start the fermentation process.
Right now.
And secure the lid. From here, we'll take out this center cap, and Aiden's gonna get the rubber stopper and the airlock filled with cleanser solution according to the instructions. And we're gonna plug that into the top of the hole here. All right, there's the rubber stopper in firmly, the airlock filled with cleanser solution. And now, I guess we wait for the fermentation process. Okay, so we are completely set up. We're gonna go move this down to the basement because it needs to be in a temperature between 65 and 75 degrees with no direct sunlight. So that's perfect for the basement. And in 14 days, we will move on to the bottling. Hey everyone, so I'm actually in my basement now, which is somewhat less glamorous, where we have stored the wort. It's been about 5 days since we put it in here, and we are looking for fermentation, which we can see the bubbles coming out of the airlock, which is exactly what we want to see. We're going to end this video here, and then we'll pick up a new video when it's time to bottle it as we figure that out. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and click like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, but we're glad to have you here. Thanks.